Be recording. If we're gonna talk nuggets.
All right, shut the fuck up.
If we're gonna talk about some nuggies, might as well be recording. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Steel City Fandom. This is the Pop Culture Week in Review for March 10th. Wow, where'd March go? Thank you for listening. If you just found us on the interwebs, Google us, Steel City Fandom. Will show up on your podcast catcher. Will show up in your social media.
Or at Red Robin.
Or Red Robin talking.
Or to get some chicken nuggets.
Get some nuggies.
Who has the best chicken nuggets?
McDonald's.
I think it's got to be McDonald's.
I mean, I do like Wendy's chicken nuggets too, but I don't know. Probably
Wendy's
McDonald's.
are second.
I like Wendy's like hot chicken, spicy chicken nuggets.
Those are good.
I don't like Burger King's because I don't think any Burger King knows how to actually cook them.
I don't think anything at Burger King is good at all.
See, I have a weakness for their like old timey bacon double cheeseburger, the real little one.
Why?
I don't know. It just
you don't like the flame broiled taste on?
No,
gives
I
me
don't.
Memories of childhood.
I don't know. I've never been a big fan of Burger King.
Burger King is the best double cheeseburger around.
I like the Dave's double better.
The Dave's double's pretty damn good too.
Dave's double's good.
Who doesn't want a square piece of fucking meat?
Did I ever tell you guys the reason for that?
No, but you're going to.
I'm going to, because you know how I'm addicted
Can't
to
get comfortable in this chair.
The food that made America. They made it square so you can fit. You don't waste any portion of the grill whenever you're cooking them.
Makes sense.
It's interesting.
Efficiency.
Yep. Dave Thomas made so many innovations in fast food. He created the KFC bucket.
Did he?
He created the combo meal. The drive-through, I think, was him.
Yeah.
Delivery, I think, was him as well. Like fast food delivery. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
All right,
Dave
next.
Thomas.
How about worst chicken nuggets? Chick-fil-A.
Those aren't even chicken nuggets. They're just like chicken pieces.
That's what I was going to say. Those are just like, I mean, I don't mind
I enjoy them.
Nuggets. Yeah.
They're like $8 for 4 of them.
Yeah, they're such a ripoff.
Yeah, it's super expensive.
Wendy's has the cheapest nuggets.
Yeah.
But Burger King has some cheap-ass nuggets too, but they're awful.
Aren't Burger King's $1.99 for 10?
Yeah, it's like really cheap because they know no one likes them.
They're pretty
With
horrible.
Burger King, it's like the meat's cooked, but for some reason there's a layer between the breading and the meat that's soft and gooey, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, it's not crispy at all.
I don't want a 10-piece nugget that comes in a small fry bag. You know what I mean? That's how small the nuggets are. They're $1.99. They come in a small fry container. Like these need a clamshell cardboard device to house my nuggets in my sauce.
Remember their chicken fries? Those are disgusting.
They're bad. You can get those again. Yeah.
You can get spicy fries too.
Ooh,
they're back, baby.
I like the original chicken sandwich at Burger King.
Yeah. What's the best chicken nugget sauce?
Spicy mustard from McDonald's.
Hot mustard.
They hardly ever have it though.
Hot mustard. It's not even on the menu.
Nope. But it's the best.
You have to ask for it. Yeah.
That's my go-to.
I like to mix
Buffalo if they don't have that.
I like to mix hot mustard and barbecue sauce together.
Ooh, like a Dijon.
I don't even mix it. I just put them next to each other, and I'll just double dip and vice versa in the either or.
My son uses their sweet and sour sauce for everything.
That's a good sauce too. Sweet
he dips
and sour.
His apple slices in it, his fries, his burgers. We have to get extra ones for him, and then he drinks whatever's left over.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's key. Nuggets.
Nuggies.
How about when I see people do things like, if you had to you did this before, Brock, didn't you? One thing from each restaurant.
Yeah,
we did this on the podcast.
We did it at the store. Yeah.
Yeah.
The comic book store.
We did this once on the podcast?
Yeah, I think we've got like one of our little YouTube specials was created. No. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think the podcast special we didn't actually get everything, but we talked about it. But there's definitely a couple nights at the comic book store where
Fast Food Frenzy we called it.
Yeah, we all went to different stores and got food.
I really like junior bacon cheeseburgers from Wendy's. They're
Not
cheap.
bad. But if you're drafting, all right, so we're drafting, all right, and you get one thing from each restaurant.
All right.
Arby's, you're getting curly fries.
Nope. Mozzarella sticks.
Yes.
I don't know.
They have the best mozzarella
They
sticks.
do. They really
So the
do.
only fast food place that has mozzarella.
I think I might be getting the Big Montana roast beef sandwich from Arby's if I go there.
There's only
Burger King has mozzarella sticks, and they're
They're
terrible.
horrible.
It's
I
trash.
hate mozzarella stick. All right, so I'm getting a Big Montana there.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
You're supposed to put together a meal. That's your entree then?
He said just one thing for me. He didn't say it had to
You
be
have
a
to eat
meal.
it all.
You're drafting a meal, so that's
All
your sandwiches from Arby's. Your Big Montana.
All right, then I'll change my mind. So if we're piecemealing a meal from each place, then I'll go with you, curly fries from Arby's.
You get a drink, a side, and 2 sandwiches,
Okay.
and a order of chicken nuggies.
A drink, a side, and 2 sandwiches.
Two sides.
But what if I want 2 because I want to get my mozzarella sticks from Arby's and fries from somewhere else.
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. There's no real official rules here. That's
We're
fine.
fucking making the official.
Well, you have to be able to eat it in one sitting. That's the official rules.
All right. I got my curly fries from Arby's then.
All right.
I think Arby's curly fries are disgusting.
You're
I'll
crazy.
throw that.
All right. What's next?
You don't like any curly fry? Every curly fry is off the table for you.
No, I like curly fries from my high school cafeteria.
Get out of here. Ridiculous.
All right. What else from Brock's high school cafeteria? Which is now a fast food
All
location.
right, Wendy's.
Wendy's?
I'm getting a bowl of chili.
I think I'll go Dave's Double from Wendy's.
Okay.
I don't know. A junior bacon cheeseburger.
Justin?
I want a Frosty, but that's not on the menu, so I'm gonna have to.
You need a Frosty.
All right, then I'm getting a Frosty from Wendy's.
Justin, do whatever the fuck you want, man. It's your life.
You just have to eat it all in one sitting.
Yeah.
All right, so I got my mozzarella from Arby's and a Frosty from Wendy's.
There you
And
go.
constipation from the both of them. So let's go.
Yeah.
You need something to move that through.
Yeah.
McDonald's.
20-piece chicken McNugget with salt.
Yeah. Nuggets.
Yeah, definitely nuggets.
Fries.
All right. Burger King.
Bacon double cheeseburger, plain.
Double cheeseburger or Whopper with no cheese. Because for some reason, a Whopper with cheese is disgusting to me. I don't know if it's just too much stuff on it, but like I've never liked a Whopper with cheese.
I don't really like. I'll get a. I'll get a junior Whopper here. Whopper Junior.
I'm getting a Whopper.
All right.
No, I'll get my drink from Burger King. I got whatever they have. I get a Sprite from Burger King. Or
You get a
Diet
Diet
Coke.
Sprite.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to get your drink at McDonald's because any size is $1.
Oh.
No, I got my nuggets there. Are we going to Taco Bell next?
Oh.
Oh, Taco Bell's tough.
I was gonna say because I
one thing.
I was gonna call an audible. I want to get my fries from Chick-fil-A.
We go back to Chick-fil-A. I'm going to get a cheesy gordita crunch with chicken in it.
That's your DH. That's your wild card. You can pick for everywhere.
Yeah, you get whatever you want there.
I'm going to Popeyes and I'm getting a chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
There you go.
I'm getting biscuits from Popeyes.
Yeah, you're just eating a lot of shit from.
Don't forget
different
my
places.
fries from Five Guys. They can give them to me in a grocery bag.
God, Five Guys. You talk about being in a bathroom for 5 days after you eat Five Guys. Holy
Five
shit.
Guys is the classic example of quantity over quality.
100%.
I went there. The last time I went there, I paid it for like 4 days straight. I'm never eating that poison again.
The only time their burger is good is if you get A1 sauce on it because it actually gives it flavor because nothing else there does. The meat doesn't season. It's just all craziness.
Well, they have so many toppings you can get. I think that's probably why. They probably think people will just load up on the toppings and not really worry about the shitty burger.
Yep, I agree.
My go-to there is jalapenos, pickles, and extra cheese. And mustard.
What about favorite fast food sub place? Favorite sub? Get a sub from, like Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's, Subway. Like, what do you prefer?
I like
DeBella's.
DeBella's is good. It's probably number one, then Subway, and then Jimmy John's. I hate fucking Jersey Mike's.
Oh, I hate Jersey Mike's too. My favorite,
Jersey Mike's is
though,
all bread.
my favorite is Firehouse Subs.
I've never had those.
Oh, it smells so good when you walk in there.
Firehouse.
And I like Jimmy John's a lot too. I've come around the Jimmy John's. Their bread's good.
Lately, Subway added a new club sandwich that I really like. I've gotten that several times over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Several times.
Oh, we should just do a whole food show, huh?
Yeah, fuck everything else. There's no
More
box
interesting,
office.
probably.
Let's keep talking food.
No, because now I have a bone to pick with Ken.
Oh shit! What?
Oh, boy.
The time doesn't exist.
Time doesn't exist. No. That you came at me so hard on my Facebook post, and you're supposed to be on my side. God damn it!
So,
Especially since you know how it is. Because I was telling the guys before you got on the call, I won't say where it happened or what it was, but I was around some people, and they saw a picture of my basement, and I was getting the "you collect toys." How old are you, dude? Like laughing and toys? Are this for your kids? Why do you have those? And I was getting all these questions, and then wrestling came up, and they were like, and they said the line, wrestling's fake, right? Like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, you're 28. You think you're so cool because you don't like, anime and cartoons like I do. And wrestling is so fake. So I was so annoyed by the time I was away from these people. That's why I went and posted that. And that picture was one of the first things to come up, is that girl explaining shit in that guy's ear real loud. So that was my post from. And then one of my best mates out here comes out and just shits all over me on Facebook. So unsupportive.
So here's the thing. Facebook Ken and regular Ken isn't the same person.
No.
Because Facebook Ken will shit on any post I can on Don Biordi.
One's an asshole and the other one's a piece of shit. So that's the difference.
I mean, it's not wrong. So I just like giving you shit when you post stuff like that on Facebook. And but no, I agree with you 100%. There's nothing worse than trying to explain your fandom to people that now this is gonna sound real arrogant. Either people that aren't on the same level as you about fandom, or B, the people are ignorant to it and think it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Because you got people like, oh, Don, I like Superman. I have a shirt of them. And you're
I've read over 1,000 Superman comic books. Come back in a couple of years.
Well, this person also said, yeah, I like those MCU movies. Those Marvel movies are cool. Me and my girl watched all those. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, me and my girl also watched them too. So, yeah, that's great. But like, just it's so cool. Like, I'm too young and cool for all that. Like, dude, it's fake, don't you? I'm like, well, I watch other sports too. And let me tell you what, they seem even faker when I watch NFL and some of the shit that goes on in their games, So it's just super annoying, the level of like, I feel like I have to sit there and justify my existence. Like, this is what I'm into. Sorry, I have a nerd basement, right? I even hate that word nerd too, bothers me, like, oh, is that your nerd room? Is that your nerd stuff? I'm like, yeah, it's just my stuff. You don't like it? I don't know what to tell you,
I just want to get to a point where we can just be like, you know what, fuck off. Like, I'm sorry, what are you into? Nothing.
I don't make you like it. I don't make you watch it. I don't give two shits if you don't like it. It's not any of my concern. You want to go watch golf and have poker night, and I have podcast night. Sorry that I'm not as fucking cool as you. That's what it is. It's just that arrogance that's so annoying. I was so annoyed by it. I had to post that on Instagram and Facebook.
I love when people like that are like, oh, that's what you're into, and then they like fucking golf, which is the worst thing in existence.
Yeah.
Or they won't shut up about CrossFit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, look,
everybody has their things.
I go to the gym. I like to go work out once in a while. I like sports. I have other interests in this, but this is what I like. This is what I do. This is what brings me happiness.
Yeah.
You don't? I don't give a fuck. Like, sorry. tired of explaining it though. I'm just really tired of it's fake. Like I'm a moron who doesn't realize, and I don't want to sit here and go off and you go, it's predetermined, but it's not fake. You watch some of the shit they do that they get hurt all the time that you would never be able to do.
I just don't know if anything else that's in fandom, like, CrossFit or golf or whatever, gets as much scrutiny as what we're into. Like, no one would be into someone for liking soccer, like, or,
Yeah.
That's considered cool,
Yeah.
Or if you have a gun collection,
yeah.
or, you collect mature things, as opposed to this. How much money you waste on that? I'm like, waste. Oh, that's a nice word. That's a nice word. I really enjoy the waste word. Like,
I get that a lot with my Lego stuff. I always tell my wife, because she gets it now too, because she sees what I pay for some of this stuff. And I'm a bargain hunter. If we ever got into some serious financial trouble, I could bail us out if I got rid of maybe 1/10 of my Lego stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said the other day. I'm like, I've told that story before, but that's what I said to my wife. Was like, you buy just as much shit for me, but it's all knickknacks and tchotchkes and shit that for around the house that the value on it instantly depreciates the minute you leave the store with it. You'll sell it at a yard sale 2 years later for $1, and you paid $17 for that fake potted plant or whatever. My stuff does not depreciate in value. Mine goes up in value.
Yep.
Everything that I bought that I own is definitely worth more, and I could get more out of it than I did when I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Case in point, at the Butler Area Toy Show in January.
Yeah,
I made a good bit of money. I turned a profit on Funko Pops.
That you paid $9 for each of them for.
Mm-hmm.
Which Funko can't even say that they're doing right now.
Yeah, they have to throw theirs in a landfill.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just sometimes. But thanks for the support out there, Ken. I appreciate it.
Well, you know what? I tried to
call me a crybaby and everything else.
I didn't call you a crybaby.
Yes, you something like that.
I started with this fucking guy.
Yeah, this fucking guy. Yeah.
Poor Don.
Because here's the thing, I like doing it because really people in the know knows that we're just fucking around with each other like we do on the podcast.
Yeah.
But then I like whatever. Every once in a while, a stray person will really be like, "Oh man, he's really thinks it's real." Just tell them that our comment section's predetermined. Where I'm always going to give you
the
shit.
best is that Ken sees me out on like we're both in a Marvel Legends group together because he added afterwards. When I put something in there about something, he'll come in and be like, "Read a fucking comic," say something like that, and they'll be like, "Tell him, Ken, this idiot over here who doesn't like
I
the
do
new
that on my
Tarantula."
wrestling posts.
Yeah, you did on my wrestling posts. Yeah, it's great.
There's nothing like commenting on a Don Biordi post in the wild of him shitting on something where he doesn't think he's going to see it, and you just go, fucking read a comic.
That's my biggest gripe with Facebook is that people can see when you comment on other stuff, especially if they follow. If it's a comicbook.com post or a WWE.com post, other people see what you post. It like pops up in their feed. So they're like, "Oh, Don's out here bitching about Dynamite last night, and we saw it."
That was the best. I think you were talking shit on the AEW versus Mox versus Uno, talking shit, and I was just like, stuck in there,
I get caught. People contact me and be like, "Why you care about that?" I'll be like, "You know what? Let me just live, okay? Just let me live."
All right, since we're on this topic, let's list our top 3 fandoms that you think we get the most shit for.
Wrestling #1 for me.
Wrestling's my #1 too.
I want to say wrestling as well, especially coming in my house and I have so much sign shit on the wall. People are like, and I invest some money into it, so I think people,
What's your #1, Cheese? Video games.
Probably
Minecraft.
Minecraft. Yeah, I mean, 43-year-old playing Minecraft every day.
2 for me is toy collecting.
Yep. My
3
math figures get weird, people, because no one knows it. Everyone knows your stuff, Don, because it's all more, except for your stupid anime. But the math stuff, we're like, "Oh, look at those cars." I'm like, it's not just, and I'm like, "Oh, fuck it." No one likes it.
Because my comic book collecting, I don't get as much made fun of for that as I do toy collecting.
Yeah.
Comics are like, "Oh yeah, my mom has some comics in her garage." Oh yeah, I used to have comics at my grandma. Do you think they're because then they get curious of value?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I had a whole bunch of comics in my basement. Do you think they're worth anything? Comics, you get a little respect because they're like, oh, you've been collecting since you were a kid. Toys, you get none. Toys
Yes.
is well,
Nope.
you're an idiot. They don't like that unless it's like vintage stuff. Then they'll be like, oh, you have your old set and get that. You buy new stuff, people make fun of you.
Yeah.
What are some of yours collecting for you, Justin?
Yeah, I mean, like the only really stuff I display that anybody ever sees is my Star Wars stuff, and that is still like
That's new.
mainstream enough that people sometimes people would be like, "Oh, a lot of money invested in that stuff."
How much you spending all those? None of your business. How much you spend in a whorehouse?
Yeah, yeah.
But how much you spend at the bar this weekend?
Yeah, seriously.
What are your top three, Brock? Collecting or wrestling?
Mine is wrestling, probably collecting Lego, or just liking Lego. But my top one that I probably get the most heat for in questions is Pokemon.
Yes, yeah.
Because I run the
get that.
events and stuff like that, and I know about it, and
Mm-hmm.
actually had to put some work into like getting certifications and stuff to run events and things like that. And people just think that, oh, that's easy. Like I'd like to see anybody take those Pokemon exams.
Yeah.
I think that when us playing games, like especially at the store, like, oh, you play, like we would get shit all the time because parents would come in and degrade their kid for wanting to play a tabletop game, be it Magic or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever. And then whenever you're like, oh, well, it helps them promote cognitive thinking, reasoning skills, math skills, and then they're like, oh, and they're like, well, I just think he's wasting money on cardboard. I'm like, well, he is, but he's actually getting something out of it.
He's having fun.
He's having fun. He's learning value. Like, there's a lot of things you can take from
like there's so much. Just playing games in general is a good thing that I think all kids should do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not every kid can do sports, so those type of games are open to anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say a couple honorable mentions, and this one falls for another one is doing the podcast, having a podcast, or your stream or your Twitch or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I get that one a lot. They'll be like, "You have a podcast? Oh, what do you talk about?" I'm really into this one political one. I like the science one. I'm like, I talk about pop culture, and there's, what? Like, why? And it goes back to like 1 and 2 again.
Yeah. Why? I get all the time. Why do you do that Twitch stream? You hardly have any viewership, or like you think you're gonna get rich off of that? I go, I do it for something to do, and it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what people that don't partake in it and have never done anything like similar to that. They see it as everybody who's doing that is just trying to do it so they don't have to work.
Right.
Yeah.
Not knowing all the work that goes into everything to actually do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see that.
My last honorable mention that won't affect the three of you is being a non-Yinzer sports fan in a Yinzer town. I get that one a lot. What? Why? What do you do? They stink. You get that a lot. Now, with that being said, some of it is my fault because 10 years ago, Don used to blabber a lot about this on the interwebs, and I would catch a lot of flack. But now, not even say that anymore. I still get a lot of beef for that shit.
There's some stuff that's fun to make fun of you guys about that, like Justin's like his science fandom and your Bears and Chicago fandom to give each other a hard time about. So
telescopes.
Poor Justin. He was probably so excited last week when you can see those planets in the sky.
It was pretty cool.
It was
Did
cool.
you legit get your telescope out and look?
Not my big one, but I got my little one out.
He can't use a big one, and he needs to go out in a field somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Remember?
There can't be any light. No light around.
Hope noticed it. Like, I didn't even point it out to her. She's like, look at those big stars. They're right next to each other. I was like, oh, actually. And I told her about it, and then she lost interest. But we never see stuff in our neighborhood, but we were able to see it bright as day. Just pretty cool.
You know what else is cool?
Don't say it.
Box office news.
Oh, I thought this would get cut with all the rambling we were doing.
worked hard on it. I got to give him his just desserts or whatever you say.
All right, I'll make it quick. A little bit up in the box office this weekend, 117 million. Creed 3 took the top spot with 58.3. That's their biggest opening. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, a far behind second with under 13 million.
Struggling.
They're now at 189 million in the US and 455 worldwide.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to end up profitable, but barely. And then Cocaine Bear almost took out Ant-Man and the Wasp with 11.1 million.
Good for Cocaine Bear. I haven't seen it airing anywhere though. Like I checked the theaters out by me.
I think the Butler one's showing it. I think the one by me showing it.
I have no desire to see that movie.
I'll see it when it comes to some.
I feel it's like
streaming
the new
service.
Piranha. Remember when Piranha was a big deal?
I think it's the new Sharknado, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it was like Piranha was a big deal, then Sharknado, and now it's Cocaine Bear.
I'll watch it when it's on a streaming platform, but probably not until.
It'll be fun.
It is at the Cranberry Theater right now.
Okay.
So
Maybe I looked a day early or something.
it's only got one showing the whole day, but it's there.
Okay.
Yeah. We have a movie next week.
We do Shazam 2.
We slept on 65 today.
Yeah, 65 dropped today, and there I saw a YouTube video headline that was titled "Red Flag on 65," because there was a review embargo that doesn't lift until officially until tomorrow when it releases. So usually when a studio won't let critics come out early and talk about their movie, that's not a good sign.
Yeah. I'll just go play Turok the Dinosaur Hunter instead. You can see 65.
It could potentially be a bunch of cheap jump scares from the trailer.
Yeah.
It has
But,
that potential. I want to
Dinosaurs.
check it out.
I'll watch
dinosaurs.
it when it's on Netflix or wherever.
I like Adam Driver. I like Dino Riders, which is a blatant ripoff of.
Didn't you have some news on this movie as well?
I do. I can go into that if you'd like.
Sure.
So Adam Driver was on the Tonight Show with Fallon this week and clarified that this is not a time travel movie. That this has something to do with like parallel universes, and they end up on our Earth 65 million years ago, but they're from another
like
universe.
Dino Riders.
Yes. Again,
So it's about
Dino
time
Rider.
travel.
Yeah.
It's not time travel.
Sounds like time travel to me.
I think, and I haven't seen or read anything about this movie. I said this when I first saw the trailer, that the people that I think there's going to be somebody else on that ship that they don't show in the trailer, and they're going to be responsible for populating the Earth.
Okay. They're going to have sex, then populate the Earth.
That's how we all came into existence, was because this ship crashed on Earth 65 million years ago.
Well, I'll know tomorrow because then I'll just read the Wikipedia on how the whole plot out how it ends. That's how I see most movies nowadays. That's how I know whether I want to watch it or not. I read it and I go, that sounds cool.
And the guy's name is Adam Driver. I mean,
yeah,
it'd be Adam.
And his name is Mills in the movie. Well, there are 4 people in the movie. Adam Driver, then 3 girls. So, yeah, there might be some mystery people.
Mystery people.
Or they could be people that are in the beginning before he gets, lost in space. Or
the girl's name is Naveen. I could get Eve out of that.
You can. All right. Go ahead, Justin. Take us away.
All right. Let's jump into some kind of a roundabout Marvel news. There's some rumors going around right now that Disney may sell their 60% stake in Hulu in order to fund a deal with Universal to get the distribution rights back for Hulk and Namor.
That's not going to happen. There's got to be something else from Paramount for that much of a buyout for those 2 characters.
Well, the deal that I heard with this is Comcast, who owns the other 40% of Hulu, is apparently putting some pressure on Disney to either buy their 40% stake or sell the 60% stake that they have. That you've got to do one or the other. We don't want to own this together with you anymore. Either you sell us your stake or you buy our stake and be done with it.
Yeah, you need a stake.
Why do they want it so bad? I mean, they have Peacock now.
Yeah, so I don't know what the deal is there, but basically the article was, this is going on, and if they did sell, they would have funding to be able to buy the distribution rights. So
it's probably something too where they're probably spending money to just have product on Hulu, where if they owned it, they could dissolve it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or get bought out, then they don't have to worry about it. And solely
like Disney doesn't need it to air any of their stuff. Yeah, Disney Plus.
Yep. So who knows? Maybe we see either Hulu or Peacock disappear in the future, and they're rolled into one thing.
Well, that sucks because that's how I watch live TV. So,
which doesn't really work for you anyway.
It didn't work last night for some reason.
Why do they care about having Namor's movie rights back? They used them already. They can obviously use them.
Yeah, but they can't.
Do we need a Namor solo movie? Is that really
they want a Hulk movie though? I think.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see what happens. These are just rumors at this point, so
rumors.
We'll see what moves forward. In the DC world, James Gunn's been teasing recently that we're going to be seeing more Vertigo characters joining the planned DCU.
Okay, like who?
It was just a tease. The picture,
Sandman.
The picture that was posted had Sandman on it. And there were a few other characters in the image that I didn't really recognize, but yeah, I guess we're going to be seeing DCU or Vertigo characters in the DCU.
That could include the Watchmen.
Could.
Why are they listed as Vertigo?
I think so.
They were originally DC characters, but then because Vertigo didn't exist whenever that came out.
Well, they're DC characters now in comics.
Mm-hmm.
That came about because of the New 52, right? Or that was like
after, yeah. I mean, they're listed as DC comic characters now.
Yeah, they pretty much after was that Rebirth?
Mm-hmm.
They wrote them into canon.
Yeah, Doomsday Clock is what really did it.
Yeah, that was it. That was the thing I couldn't remember.
Yep, that was the one that made it official that they're over here.
This news, I think we all kind of assumed at this point anyway, but the director for Shazam 2 officially announced they're just kind of ignoring the tease that they did at the end of Shazam 1 with Mr. Mind. So they're just ignoring that as if it never happened.
Yeah, because instead they went with evil old English lady. like other movies have done. Evil old English lady. Like Thor did in Ragnarok,
I'd rather have Mr. Mind.
Me too.
You could do a lot with it. Would have been
something way different.
It'd be nice if he could just fight Black Adam, who's his regular fucking nemesis, but whatever.
Mr. Mind was too, and Mr. Mind could just maybe even possess one of the other kids or something like that.
Yeah.
Something cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we all know this is the last you're seeing of this universe. We're going to pay homage to it, and that's the end of that. You ain't gonna see any more Zachary Levi, Shazam. You ain't gonna see any more of that stuff. It's all gone.
Yep. I actually have a little bit of Star Wars news this week. Not necessarily good, though. Rogue Squadron, which was the Patty Jenkins movie, and Kevin Feige's Star Wars movies, both canceled. They're no longer in development. It's being rumored that this was kind of a leak ahead of the upcoming celebration that they've got in April.
What do they have to celebrate?
Yeah, I know. I mean, the TV stuff, the TV stuff is good, but they're just blowing away their entire movie universe. Hopefully we're going to hear some stuff at Celebration about new movies coming, because there are still 2 calendar dates for Star Wars movies. December 19th, 2025 and December 17th, 2027 are still listed as Star Wars movie releases. So hopefully we're going to hear something at Celebration. But yeah, this is the only one that hasn't been canceled that we want to get canceled is Rian Johnson's trilogy.
Yes.
That ain't coming
saved
out.
Star Wars.
And then
I told you they used that whole budget and the effects and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumanium already, so you're not getting it. They already did that.
And then the other thing I heard today that just makes me cringe, the rumored Taika Waititi Star Wars movie. Apparently, he now wants to star in that movie.
Ugh.
All right.
And
I think somebody needs a wake up call.
Yeah. After Love and Thunder, I'm not on board with that.
Wouldn't it be so cool though, guys, if he could voice like a really funny CGI character and then do the joke over and over and over for 4 fucking movies? Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
No. No. Not excited about that. Moving into other stuff, the Warner Brothers Discovery CFO recently said that the expansion of the Wizarding World is just beginning, which leads me to believe we're going to get a ton of future spinoffs that are going to suck about all the different wizarding schools around the world. And can't you just wait for the Wizarding World America?
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
I want to see a bunch of wizards that don't have English accents. See what that movie's like.
But now, the one thing that is kind of an intriguing thought to me is a modern day U.S. wizarding school where these kids have grown up to the age of 11 with video games and cell phones and all this shit, and now they're going to the wizarding school.
Nobody would want to watch it because these are the most obnoxious age group of people. You wouldn't want to watch them for 2 hours. And I have one of these that lives in my house. You don't want to watch them for 2 hours. It's annoying. It'd be terrible. Everybody in the movie would be easily offended, be pissed off all the time, not get along, think you owe them everything. It'd be a really great movie.
Oh, that's good.
Save the universe, but I don't want to do it right now. Can I do it later? And then the movie ends. Everyone dies.
Can I just Skype in for class? I don't want to get out of bed.
Yeah. Terrible, as they say. Terrible. I don't give 2 fucks about Harry Potter or wizard movies. They can make as many as they want. I won't be seeing them, so whatever.
Yeah, it's just, whatever. It's
when I'm scrolling and I see idiots online arguing over Harry Potter and J.K. Rowling's, I instantly click not interested. Don't put this in my feed again. I have no desire to watch you people fight about that shit or give a 2 shits if they ever made another one. You know what the best Harry Potter scene ever is when Lindsay Lohan did a mock of it on Saturday Night Live, remember?
Yes.
She was Hermione that went through puberty and her boobs were real big and they were all like cracking up laughing at her or like couldn't stop staring. That's a hilarious skit. I'll watch that version.
That was a pretty funny skit.
Give me that one.
All right, let's jump over into streaming news. Dawn, I know this is going to particularly excite you. Melissa Benoist, former Supergirl, has replaced Sarah Michelle Gellar as Teela in season 2 of Masters of the Universe Revolution.
Let me just write one correction in there. She is replacing stupid Kevin Smith's version of Teela, not actual Teela, because that Teela sucks, just like everybody else in that fucking show sucks. So they can get Melissa Benoist or whatever the hell her last name, anybody that they want to play in that show, because that show sucks ass, and there's no way I want to watch any more of it. Fuck you, Kevin Smith, and your dumb idea ruining He-Man. The best thing to come out of that show is the Master Voice Verse toy line. That's the best thing to come out of that show because it launched.
Cool toys.
Yeah, it launched a lot of cool toys, but that show's dumb.
Yeah, it was not a good show.
No. Any show that's announced as a new He-Man show and then kills He-Man in the first episode is stupid.
You're not wrong.
No, I'm not. What Netflix needs to do is bring back that show that Jim Simonic's friend created, that Transformers show. That's a good show.
That was good. Was good.
F.J. DeSantos or whatever his name is.
Why do you want to F him?
Yeah.
It's like Gary. That's like poor F. Gary Gray.
Gary Gray or F. Scott
Gary
Fitzgerald.
Gray do to anybody.
Why are you saying fuck Scott Fitzgerald?
What did he do?
Whatever, do.
That's definitely fun.
Moving into Disney Plus, a lot of fans are upset. Not me.
Not
but
me.
Deborah Ann Woll and Eldon Henson, what was it? Karen and Foggy Nelson from the original Netflix Daredevil are not expected to be back for Daredevil Born Again.
I like that guy that played Foggy. I would have had him back. But I am thrilled as fuck that we don't have to see fucking Cryface McGee, Deborah Ann Wolf be on that show again, because she was the worst. The worst.
I did not like her character.
Her cry faces are the worst. And let me just say, she's a beautiful woman. She's a good actress and other things, but her cry face is so hard to get through.
I think
terrible.
it was how that character was written.
Yeah.
Like
I agree.
Victim.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's so annoying.
Totally agree.
And let me just say, I don't really like John Barathol anymore either, but I'm glad he's the Punisher, but he's an annoying asshole too.
What did he do?
I saw him on his podcast, which is so annoying, his podcast. He has Shia LaBeouf on all the time. And him and this other guy who's like a big weightlifting dude were talking about how they hate people that take naps. And John Barathol was like, He's like, I have no fuck respect for someone who takes a nap. He was like, there's work to be done. Get to work. You should be working out, doing something, making money. That's money making time. What are you napping for, motherfucker? Nap at night. Nap at night. And he's like, I don't do that. And I'm like, such macho bravado, tough guy talk.
It's also from a fucking. It comes from a lifestyle of, what's the word I want to look for? He's got the ability. He's affluent because he doesn't have to get up at 6 a.m. and have
put
to
food on the table
10 hours.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't have to also be there for his family. Like, he's got to be there for his family, or he's got to work and get all that stuff. But people get tired and they have a lot of responsibility. So we're allowed to take a nap. It doesn't mean you're less of anybody. Fuck that guy.
That's what I mean. He's so annoying with that. Like, he's like, I'm up every day at 5:30. I start my routine and do that. Well, that's great that you're able to do that and you have that career and that's what you do. Like, sorry that I worked late last night and I had to get up early today. I want to take a nap for a half hour. Makes me less of a person in fucking John Barenthal's eyes.
Yeah, that whole grind culture, hustle culture, it's so fucking annoying.
It's so I see so much more of it nowadays too, with like Liver King assholes and people like that. I saw a guy that was like, I get up at 4:30, I have my coffee, I have my water, and my protein. At 5 o'clock, I sent out my gratitude text, and people in the comments were like, if you fucking sent me a gratitude text at 5 a.m, I would shoot you. Like, leave me alone. I don't need any gratitude. Save that gratitude till 9 o'clock or something like that. You fucking idiot. Sending me a gratitude text at 5 a.m.
If you're gonna send me a gratitude text, just don't be friends with me. That's all the gratitude.
Ken, tomorrow at 5 a.m. I'm gonna send you a text to be like, you're really.
You send me a fucking text at 5 a.m. tomorrow. I'm gonna send you a picture of my asshole. This brown eye looking back at you, fucking Saruman from Lord of the Rings.
Oh God!
So annoying. Gratitude text. But anyway, speaking of this Daredevil show, does anybody else feel like it's getting super ass crowded?
Oh
yes.
Crowded.
Yeah.
She-Hulk's in it. Punisher's in it. I mean, I'm here. Echo's in it. I keep hearing more and more people that are going to be in it. Like, I don't know. I get a little worried about this. Kingpin.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. They've got plenty of time. They've got 18 episodes to cram all these people in. At least they're not.
There's going to be a lot of filler nonsense.
Yeah, but at least they're not trying to cram all this into like 6 or 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Right.
So they could have a story that could develop over the season, and maybe we don't see Punisher until episode 13.
These episodes might be super short too. They're doing 18. Remember those She-Hulk ones where one of the episodes was 12 minutes?
Yeah.
After the intro and then the long-ass ending and the art and all that, we're like, that was a 12-minute episode. I mean, it's nuts. So, we will see.
Yeah. We got the first trailer, and I don't know why I put this here instead of in movie news, but we got the first trailer for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem and an August release date. So this is the new animated one by Seth Rogen.
Yeah, they look okay.
I thought it looked good.
Yeah,
Redone Turtles so many times in the past. Just 10
I like
years.
that they're kids.
Yeah.
Because that's in the title.
The only thing I will say, the only thing that has annoyed me so far about this is in the images, Michelangelo has braces. What orthodontist are you taking a mutant turtle to get fucking braces?
Donatello figured it out.
It's just things like that. Like
masks too.
I even have a problem with like Donatello wearing glasses.
I liked it. I didn't mind that.
Like, okay, it's bad eyesight, so they figured out a prescription for that too.
They're cheaters. You can buy them at any store. It's fine.
You know how tough it is to wear glasses that you have to make sure they're the right prescription. You can't just wear any old thing.
They literally make the things you can wear for any old thing. They're cheater glasses. You can buy them at any gas station.
You're a cheater.
I sell them at a hardware store.
Paul Rudd's playing Mondo Gecko in that thing.
Yeah, the cast is big. Jackie Chan's doing Splinter.
Seth Rogen is Bebop. That Giancarlo Esposito guy they want to play Professor X, he's Baxter Stockman. John Cena's Rocksteady.
Yep, that has to go to a wrestler, that role.
Yeah.
Shamu played him before.
I don't know these people playing the Turtles. They look really young these days.
They're kids.
Yeah, they're really
like
young
Nickelodeon kids, like on Nickelodeon shows and stuff.
All right.
But like every side characters in there, Wingnut, Screwloose, Ray Fillet, like they're going all out.
Played by Post Malone, Ray Fillet.
The Punk Frogs are in it.
Genghis Bonafrog or Napoleon Bonafrog.
Yep.
Genghis Toad.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to cram. They gender swapped Leatherhead. I saw.
They did.
That's fine.
Unless she's going to play a male voice, which I guess is
Rose
possible.
Byrne.
Yeah. Moira McTaggart.
All right. Genghis Frog. Genghis Frog is played by Hannibal Buress. That's fantastic.
Oh, I love it.
Ice Cube is playing Superfly. I mean, yeah, there's some good ones in here.
Superfly, I'm guessing, is probably the mutated Baxter Stockman. Because I don't know. I'm not familiar with that character.
I'm going to Google it.
Yeah, I'm not sure who it is either.
He could have been one of those little like muscle-looking figures that they threw in the box with the guys too back in the day.
He just looks like a fly. Fly person.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that'll be cool.
Yeah, I hope so.
Movie or a TV show?
I think this is a movie.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a direct to Netflix thing, but then after the success of the Sonic movies, they made it a theatrical release.
All right.
Cool. Got a little bit of video game news that kind of came out of nowhere. Apparently Call of Duty has done crossovers in the past with other properties, and I didn't know that. They've crossed over with Godzilla and the Terminator series in the past. Well, now they're doing a crossover with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Shredder is going to be coming to Call of Duty.
I don't even understand how that works. Isn't that like a military game? You're going to hunt down the Shredder?
It's kind of a what do they call it? First person battle royale thing. It's
Have the Turtles come to Fortnite yet?
I haven't played Fortnite this season, and I think they have in some capacity.
You bailed out this season when they started with the anime.
No, because I was around for the DBZ stuff, and I just took a season off from it and really played it.
It seems to be spiking in popularity again if you look at Twitch.
Oh, okay. I heard this map got real big, good reviews, and it's pretty popular. I just before I got into all of it, I just needed a break from it so maybe if whoever's in the next season, I might get into it.
Okay.
Again.
Understandable.
It's going to be a skin of Tony Khan. TKs.
Ken was able to handle himself playing that.
Ken handles himself every time he plays, so he's used to that.
Ridiculous.
Things are going away on the notes. Things are going away on the notes.
The other thing I had was Traveler's Tales. Apparently, they're the ones who make like the Lego game series for the different consoles. They're doing a Skywalker Saga style reboot of the Lego Harry Potter games. And this has apparently forced the cancellation of a new Lego Mandalorian game they were going to do and multiple Marvel Lego titles. So sorry, Don. Harry Potter's taking over your Marvel Lego game.
See, now I hate Harry Potter even more. Fuck Harry Potter.
Warner Brothers.
I just want Lego Marvel Superheroes 3 for any console. That's all I want. With all the characters back. Not like Lego Marvel 2 where they got rid of all of them because Fox owned the movie rights and acted like the X-Men didn't exist for 5 years.
Warner Brothers has got to milk that tit, man.
Warner Brothers can go suck a big tit for all I care.
All right. Moving down into toy news. Did you guys see the new Lego sets for The Mandalorian?
Yes.
They look cool.
I haven't seen these yet. Let me go check them out.
Nothing that I'm gonna run out and buy, but they look.
You'll
cool.
walk out and buy it. You won't run out and buy it, but you'll walk out and buy it.
It might order it online.
I don't have any room for Legos, so I can't buy any more Legos. So.
Oh, they teased Indiana Jones sets this week too.
Oh, did they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I might just like a Lego indie figure. And a big ball for him to run chasing him.
They did Lego Indiana Jones before.
I had a game. That's right. I did play that game. It was fun. Good time.
And then the other toy thing that I had was we kind of already joked about it a little bit, but Funko disposing of $30 million worth of unsold product in a landfill because they can't even give it away.
Why? They can't give that away. No one would want that.
They can't give it away because it would kill the secondary market.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes their business thrive.
How do they do off secondary market? How do they?
Everybody buys everything to make sure that they don't miss anything that might be worth money.
How does that help Funko when people are buying it again? They're not buying it from them, are they?
But they're making they have to make enough to supply that market, though.
Okay.
This is just a sign that the bottom's starting to fall out, I think, finally.
They have a lot of licenses, that's for sure.
They pay a lot of money for all those licenses, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Brock, you're more in tune with this segment of the market than I am. Have they talked about what licenses that they're going to be disposing of, or they just?
I think it's just a bunch of old unsold products. So it's probably everything, just that whatever's sitting in warehouses.
And I don't know how much of it's actually pops because they've tried so many other things like sodas and all this other stuff that it might be just all these other reaches that they did that they're finally unloading.
Yeah, because they started with the reaction figures and then Super 7 took those over.
They can't recycle these?
I don't know.
Well,
yeah, you'd think they'd be able to melt the plastic down and put it back into for other new molds.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah, you would hope.
Make a bunch of vibrators out of them and dildos and things like that. You know what I mean? That seems like a good market. Same kind of plastic and rubber consistency. I say it's bad. You're allowed to say it, but it's fine.
It's vinyl. You think they'd be able to find another use for it?
Vinyl flooring, a whole flooring made out of a pop vinyl.
That would actually be pretty cool.
I think that'd be pretty sweet.
You might see some faces in there and stuff.
Yeah. But if you look over that corner of the fridge, you can see Blanche Devereaux from the Golden Girls with the pop vinyl face, right next to Ghost Rider.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
And that's all I had for news this week.
I had toy news. Hasbro put out the their latest GI Joe round coming out, and they're fucking beautiful. I mean, other than the horrible packaging, they to me are so spot on. I think they look amazing. Did you guys see any of those out there this week?
I think I got the email about them.
Yeah, I mean they have like Snow Job, who looks great. I mean, Snow Job is also such a great name, Snow Job. And then there's Bazooka, who looks fantastic. Rock and Roll, a great Torpedo with all his diving gear. And then my favorite, Shipwreck, who looks amazing.
I was just going to say Shipwreck out of those. I think Shipwreck is my favorite.
Shipwreck looks great. I mean, it's so good. It's so spot on.
Because I remember the old, like the back in the day, the 80s, 3 3/4 inch figure. Like he looked goofy.
He did. Yeah. Well, you had bell-bottom pirates pants on and, like shirt showing his chest hair. It was a little goofy. But yeah, they look great now. So yes, I was very, very pleased to see a lot of them coming out. Copperhead, Scrap Iron, there's out there, and they're sticking to it and just making like really good looking figures now, as opposed to the first time the line came out where they had like quite a bit of nonsense. I thought like with some like Duke had futuristic tech stuff you didn't need. You know what I mean?
They updated them for no reason, and I think they listened to their fans in that case because people weren't into it.
Yeah. Yeah, I even saw, I think it was a clip of some new other ones that were coming out. It was a better comic accurate looking version of Firefly, Tunnel Rat, who's a new one, and then they're reaching out and doing. There's a character they're doing that he's like a ninja I'd never seen before. Apparently, he's from a comic book run. I think the gist of it is that they're going to look into doing like GI Joes that weren't on the show. So Ken, that gives me hope for a Matt Tracker.
Oh yeah,
because that's on the rumored list of a lot of like. They're doing a lot of characters from like the GI Joe, like Devil's Due comic, and different people that appeared in there. They're like throwing one in, and then they have a classic like they're doing Low Light, Tunnel Rat, people like that. But that's the one that people think is they're going to do, because remember the 25th anniversary they did Matt Tracker.
Oh yeah,
You're going to get a classified Matt Tracker figure, which would be great.
If I did get one, I have to get two, so I could open one and then keep one in the box.
And then 3, one to put above your bed.
Yeah.
4, one to sleep with. 5, one to bury in a time capsule for other generations. Here's the thing: if they did Tracker in this series and it did good, then they would have to do Miles Mayhem.
They'd have to.
With Cobra.
They never did them with the other ones.
Yeah, which would be great. Yeah, they're a fantastic line, though. I mean, they look really good. They're getting better and better. Things that aren't looking good is, which I don't care, they just released a Spider-Man retro wave in the retro packaging with some of the dumbest people I've ever seen. I know, Ken, you saw some of these on a thing that one time, but it's like a Ben Reilly Spider-Man that I've never seen before, a Scarlet Spider with a sweatshirt that's not the like old style one, like it's really dumb looking. Tarantula, but with like a blue headband. I don't even know who these people are. Kingpin's son, Rose. I've never heard of that character, ever.
Oh, he's been in stuff.
And then a character called Chazam. Chasm.
Shazam.
He's like a Venom symbiote that like has energy coming out of it. It's like an energy symbiote. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. And they all are so lame. There's nothing separating them all. They have the same feet. They look exactly the same. It's just terrible. It's terrible. Hasbro's gotten so goddamn lazy with their Marvel Legends. It's unbelievable. They use the same mold over and over, and they just keep pumping out people you don't care about over. I mean, there are so many Spider-Man Marvel Legends figures. I don't know who's buying them.
You have to just be a Spider-Man universe collector. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
last week they did release a version of a retro Luke Cage that looks good. The sculpt looks good. I like him. I'll buy him. He's like that 70s Luke Cage with the like chain around his waist and the
Mhm.
metal armband. So he looks neat. I'd get him. But they don't even do things like give you a second head or more hands. Like you get nothing anymore. It's like the figure and maybe a weapon. That's cheap.
Yeah, it is. The fact that they don't give you any cool accessories is the worst.
We're like I said earlier about those Masterverse figures, which are $19, still in a window box, and Manny Faces comes with a suitcase full of heads and like different guns, different arms. And I'm like, this is way better what Mattel is doing than what they are working on.
100%.
But Hasbro has a lot of the cool licenses, so they get away with it. But when they do the Joes come with all kind of weapons and accessories and stuff. I just don't know why they don't do that with Marvel anymore.
I wonder if it's a license, how much I have to pay for the license. So that's how much money goes into the figure. Because if they're spending, if the Joe costs them $7 to make after everything's said and done, and the Marvel Legend costs them $13, that extra $5 is going towards hands and heads and whatever else. So.
Well, and Hasbro does own G.I. Joe, where Marvel, they buy that license. So maybe with their Transformers and their G.I. Joes, it's cheaper because they own the license, where Marvel, they have to ask for things. I don't know. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's time for weekly bad comic character review. This week, very special character known as Captain Tootsie.
Ooh. Is it a baby's foot, or toes?
Nope. It has to do with Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, I thought this was something that's banned in Tennessee.
So Captain Tootsie was made by Tootsie Roll Industries.
Yes.
He first debuted in Ace Comics, 1943, Ace Comics number 76. And he looks like Flash Gordon. I mean, he has blonde hair, big shoulders. He has a red shirt with a large yellow T on it, black pants, yellow boots. Very like Flash Gordon-esque looking, very generic. And he's Captain Tootsie. He has super strength, but then he'll also eat Tootsie Rolls to get a boost of energy whenever he needs to perform better. Him and his whole team, they're called the Secret Legion. They ate fucking Tootsie Rolls in order to get stronger.
So this is the candy version of Popeye.
Totally Popeye.
Yeah.
This is the reason we have a diabetes problem in America.
Yeah. He was the defender of justice, hero to children, and an advertising mascot for delicious chewy candy. Is what it said. So a little bit about him. It says Captain Tootsie was a super strong, agile hero in 1940s and 50s, and was a pitch man for Tootsie Rolls. Tootsie mentored the Secret Legion, a kid gang that went on adventures with him. In the 1950s, the government asked Captain Tootsie to test a newly developed rocket ship, the Rocketeer. Members of the society then stowed away in the ship, and they ended up on another planet, and he got lost in space somewhere. So now he would travel through the solar system, fighting aliens, monsters, stuff like that. Before he went to space, his biggest nemesis were escaped convicts and bears.
Bears.
He fought a lot of bears, wild bears.
Bears.
Now, here's the weird thing. After about 2 years, his comic died down. He wasn't anywhere. But for the next 10 years, he would appear in multiple other companies. Fawcett Comics, lots of different old comic book companies. He would show up. He went away. No one saw him for decades. Till in 2014, Eric Larson brought him back in Savage Dragon 199.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he's made 20 appearances since then. He's almost like a reoccurring character that shows up every once in a while in Savage
He's like
Dragon.
Detective John Munch.
Yeah. Captain Tootsie. Now he's super bulk and super big, and he has a T on his shirt or whatever, but they still call him Tootsie. Or Captain T, as Savage Dragon calls him.
Captain T. That's amazing.
Fascinating that Larson brought him back and he's been using him.
I mean, of all the places for that character to come back up, I'm not surprised it's Savage Dragon.
I looked out there on TeePublic. There's Captain Tootsie shirts.
Probably sold more than our shirts.
Yeah.
I bet you the Tootsie Roll Company is not getting any money from those T-shirts.
Probably not.
I think Big Tootsie can handle a little bit of lost revenue in T-shirt sales.
What? Tootsie Rolls are the candies that everybody throws away on Halloween.
Podcast shirts, by the way, right now are on sale, $15.
Woo! Just go find them. Good
Watch
luck.
out.
I should probably post a link. I'll look at that tomorrow.
There you go.
Buddy.
I was just trying to find the Captain Tootsie logo, but I can't find it now. All right. So that's about the end.
It is the end.
All right. Ken, take us out.
All right, everyone. Please like, share, subscribe, invite. Have a great evening.
Later.
Later.
Captain Tootsie.